Recorded. Hello,
Okay.
welcome. This is our first podcast. Beauty Within has been around for a while. We started as a magazine and then into a blog, interviewing countless celebrities and fashionistas on the red carpet. But right now, we're all about finding your inner beauty, finding your beauty within. And we have our first guest
Right.
today, Caroline Dorick. We have Caroline Dorick. She is a specialty in skincare. She's worked with people from Smashbox, L'Oreal, and so much more. She could give us a little intro of herself, and then we go into the interview.
Okay. Well, first I want to say thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here. God, my life is an open book, but to narrow it down, I am an NCEA and Oncology certified master esthetician, and I have been doing this for over 20 years. I started my career as a makeup artist, freelancing for many brand names in the beauty industry. I can go on and on. Privileged and honored to be doing what I'm doing today. And that is, I am the founder and owner of what I think is Ocean County's and maybe even other counties only 100% holistic beauty, health, and wellness spa. So I'm bringing it to a whole new level when it comes to beauty. My life and my journey started many moons ago. I was 27. I graduated from Atelier Esthétiques in Manhattan, and I became a dual licensed esthetician in New Jersey and New York by the time I was 27. At that point, I was actually a single mom, and I was really only doing it to make extra money on the side. I really needed to help support my daughter, and my mom was a huge influence on me. She was a 10-year sufferer of metastasized breast cancer, and she was also a nurse.
Okay.
And she was my influence from a very young age. She taught me what it meant to care about people and be compassionate and kind to other people's circumstances. And I really learned a lot from her. And through her journey, she passed in April. And my life won't be the same without her ever.
Okay.
But I hope to carry on her legacy, that's for sure.
Okay. Well, you're definitely carrying on the legacy, because the topic is something that you actually chose yourself, was finding beauty through health, happiness, and serenity. So can you tell me why you chose that title and what do you mean by that?
Well, that actually came to be because of two influences. One was I was in a major car accident a little over 12 years ago, and I had to go through a lot of cognitive rehabilitation. I was diagnosed with a traumatic brain injury, and the doctors were telling me, hey, listen, it's time for you to accept your new normal. That's what they kept calling it, my new normal. And I chose a different path. I chose not to be limited by what other people considered limitation, and then there were a slew of clients that I had the privilege to make appear beautiful on the outside. And what I found was no matter how much makeup I put on them, or as beautiful as I saw them, they didn't feel it themselves. And I wanted to change that. I wanted to be the person to say, no, you're beautiful and you should feel it inside and out, and change your perspective, change how you perceive yourself, because I want you to see what I see. And it all kind of culminated in this direction. So part of what we do at Whole Beauty Bar is we take a whole body approach to beauty. That means what you put on your body, in your body, and what you say has a direct influence on how you believe in yourself. The things you say, the things you want, they can all be achieved. You're not limited by any means, and we help promote that.
Naturally, before they put on the makeup?
I think it goes beyond the level of skin deep. I believe it's your core. You know, it's limiting yourself and feeling less than, and comparing yourself to the images that you see on social media. You know,
Yes.
those images are not real.
And then we have so many filters,
Yes,
um, you know, and so many makeup techniques. I watch some of these makeup videos. It takes hours to get that beauty look, and which it looks great, but it's how you feel in the inside too. Because
correct.
if you look beautiful and you feel like crap, it doesn't matter, because then that's how you treat people as well,
That's right.
according to how you feel about yourself. Do you agree?
Absolutely 100%. Um, so some of the practices that we do at Whole Beauty Bar is one of my favorite things. And that's we have an enhancement that you can add to any service, and it's meditation. It's hypnotic meditation. It's guided meditation. Um, you can select from a multitude of choices. If you want to work on your self-esteem, if you want to work on limiting beliefs, if you want, you know, anything that you desire, you can achieve through hypnotic suggestion. So we actually add that as an enhancement on our service menu.
Oh, so you do that as well? You do meditation?
Absolutely. Yes.
So what do you do with your meditation? Like, how does that go? You make an appointment, and and are you the person that does the meditation, or how does that work?
Well, I myself know how to do it. However, there's a multitude of technology out there that allows you to have access to these things very easily. So there's applications on your cell phone that you can download. All it takes is Bluetooth and an app,
Mm.
and you can sit and listen to subliminally, supported suggestions that help you have a different perspective over time. So, one of the things I became highly fascinated by after my accident was neurolinguistic programming, and how the things we say to ourselves have an effect on our outcome. And so that is something I brought into play when I opened up Whole Beauty Bar, because I really believe that your beauty, health, and wellness are related. They're intrinsically related. You can't have one without all of them.
Okay.
Um, and it's plant-based, non-toxic, clean beauty, supported by, everything from the makeup to the skincare to the wellness products to, you know, being an esthetician is more than just skin deep.
Okay.
We're therapists at times, you know. I'm an open book. They learn about me, I learn about them. And I hope that through my experiences, I can connect with my clients. And if I can help just one person, that gives me a great amount of gratitude.
And
And I feel I've done my job.
and as far as like you said, you use vegan products,
We
like
do.
skincare
Everything
products.
is
What skincare
vegan.
products do you use? A certain product, or you have your own? You actually produce your own products, or do you use any brands that you use
Yes.
that you think is good to have
Yes.
like clear skin? Um, for with
Actually, I support any non-toxic, oncology friendly, um, environmentally sound, and also, clean lines. So I have no, um, ill will towards any line. However, we do use two lines at our locations. We use Farmhouse Fresh, which is an organically grown line on a farm in Texas. They have a sanctuary for animals, that any product you purchase, a small portion goes towards supporting their sanctuary. Um, and then our cosmeceutical line, which is our advanced line, it's medically validated, which means that it's just above over the counter and just below pharmaceutical grade. For more advanced skin issues such as rosacea, melasma, any types of advanced aging or advanced acne, we would use Osmosis Beauty,
okay.
their MD line, their pure MD line.
And what? Because like sometimes is there anything like for like say for example, I'm shopping for skincare products, and is there anything that's on the product that like the labels that we should worry about? Like if it says Aster Potion, I just made it up, but it said what
There's a
what what
lot
what
of
label
words
should
you
what
can't
label should we
understand.
avoid when
Yes,
purchasing beauty products?
yes. Sadly, the FDA has not taken a strong enough approach on ingredients that are toxic for the body. And because absorption through the skin is 60 to 70%, that means what you're putting on your skin is absorbing directly into your bloodstream. So to be fair, um, if you can't pronounce it, you probably shouldn't use it.
Exactly. That's why I was thinking of the things that we can't pronounce. So that's definitely good for people to know. Oh, and another question too was talking about Botox, plastic surgery. Because
My
that's
favorite
really,
question.
yes, people right now, it used to be years ago where only celebrities were able to afford, plastic surgery, but now your everyday person can afford plastic surgery. There's loans, there's plans to get plastic surgery, but the main question is it healthy for us? Yes, we look beautiful, we look great, but is it damaging our bodies, especially for everyday people, since we can afford the best plastic surgeons? If we're going to a least expensive surgery, is it going to be less than spending a lot of money? So getting Botox in your skin, injecting that in your skin, is that toxin? Does that affect us?
I'm just going to bottom line it 100%. Now, I'm not a doctor. I don't claim to be a nurse, doctor, or in the medical field whatsoever. I am only a holistic practitioner, who specializes in holistic skincare. So rather than responding, I'm going to pose a question. And that question is, Botox is derived from botulinum toxin. Botulinum toxin is a protein that's extracted from a poison that inflicted a disease called botulism, which paralyzed the body. So, although they say it's minimally invasive, my question is, if we can store silicone, if we can store viruses, if we can't break down certain chemicals or certain foreign objects that come into our body, if they say it's only a low level, it's not toxic, let's think about it. What happens over time? Where does it go? They say it flushes out through our lymphatic system, that it disintegrates and we, dispose of it naturally. But we know that not to be true. Think about smoking. How much research did it take before the Surgeon General said, oh, by the way, smoking is dangerous?
Yeah.
Doctors were smoking in their offices. Teachers were smoking in their classrooms. Bus drivers were smoking in their vehicles. Nobody knew.
Well, that's because companies are making money off of cigarettes, and the same
but
with
it took a lot of research.
surgery.
Yes, and there just isn't enough, because the beauty industry latched on to, because the medical industry has been using Botox for various reasons for quite some time now. Once the beauty industry caught wind, that's when it became notoriety. It became this huge thing. Oh my God, instant gratification. And our children started using it 19, 20 years old. They don't even have a wrinkle on their face yet. And they're injecting botulinum toxin without any forethought. And I feel that that's potentially dangerous. Do your homework.
And does it freeze? Does, like, sometime if you get Botox, can it freeze in your face? Like, can it stiffen?
Well, they say, now they are the medical industry, they say that it injects and stays in the area of which it was injected. But you can't manipulate the area for up to 2 weeks after injection. So you can't get a facial, or you can't do any kind of lymphatic drainage on your face or massage on your face, because it can spread. So it's my belief that there's too many contradictory statements for me to feel confident that that's in fact a solid truth.
Okay. And can you tell me a little bit, what is cryoskin?
Cryoskin is, it uses the process of thermogenesis, which is extreme cold temperature, or negative 10 degrees temperature, to actually accelerate the metabolism of the cells, to encourage blood flow, to encourage oxygen to the area, to increase collagen production, to stimulate new elastin, to increase the elastin. And basically it's an anti-aging superstar.
Okay. And also too, I know I spoke about this before. What's the difference between microdermabrasion, lead light therapy, what's the other one?
Hydrodermabrasion.
Hydrofacial, and chemical peel. Like
Easy.
they're all the
Easy
same.
peasy. It's complicated to the person reading it because they're overwhelmed. They don't understand what all this terminology means. So I like to break it down for my clients as easy as possible. Microdermabrasion, I like to compare it to sandpapering a wall. So it hyper exfoliates the first few layers of your epidermis, your skin layers, only, about 3 or 4 layers, non-invasive, using a diamond tip that has a suction cord attached to it. And it's an advanced form of exfoliation. It's been around for a long time. It's one of my favorites. It's a tried and true. And then you have the new, more advanced version of that, which is the hydrofacial or the hydrodermabrasion machine, which basically I like to compare to power washing a wall. So it uses the power of the fluids, the serums that flow through it, along with microdermabrasion to get into the skin cells and irrigate them, to clear them of any sebaceous fluids or filaments. Both equally as effective, both equally good. But it's like comparing a little bit of apples to oranges, It all depends on what your needs are. And the next two are chemical peel. Estheticians are only allowed to go up to 30%. It is an alpha hydroxy acid or a beta hydroxy acid percentage. So we use it in terms of things that you might see in products: glycolic acid, lactic acid, salicylic acid, TSA, malic acid, mandelic acid. These are all in that category. And we use a 30% solution to hyper exfoliate the skin, to resurface and retexture it. It's a far less evasive treatment than one that a doctor would do. A doctor can go as high as 70%. And at that rate, you're essentially chemically burning the first few layers of your skin, and it will peel off. 30%, that's not going to happen. You may get dry. You might be sensitive for a few days. You just baby your skin and protect it with a nice thick layer of zinc oxide SPF, and you should be good to go. Okay. And then lastly is the, I'm sorry, you said chemical peel, hydrofacial, microdermabrasion. And what was the other one?
I think it's the lead. It's the
LED light. That's my favorite.
That's the one I use. That's the one I usually go to.
That's my favorite. NASA was able to extract all the benefits of our sun without any of the ramifications of the dangers of the UVA or the UVB. So it triggers the wound healing response in our brain, and the ATP process that we have as plants have. So we need sunlight, oxygen, and nutrients. And it simulates that process, which accelerates our circulation, our oxygenation, and our wound healing. So I'm big fan, big fan.
Awesome. So we're wrapping up, Caroline, but I want you to leave the viewers with something, tell your website, and what would you leave the viewers with as far as holistic beauty? What would be your last words from all your journey, and from working in beauty and your journey all together?
Well, I suppose It's what started this journey for me in the first place. I strive to help people become their most beautiful potential. I strive to help people feel beautiful on the inside and know that regardless, what's inside here is what makes you beautiful at the end of the day. Don't compare yourself to others. You are uniquely you. You are beautiful just the way you are. And be okay with aging gracefully. Aging is bound to happen. We don't have to give in. We can age gracefully, and we can find healthy alternatives that aren't harmful, and just believe in yourself, know your worth, and know that no matter what, you are enough. You are special and you are loved. And the first person that you should love is you. And you can visit us at Whole Beauty Bar.